So I, as I said, became a pastor at 50, and my first 2 calls were interim positions outside of town. But in doing that interim work, I have become passionate about the idea that when there is a break between called and installed pastors, there is a moment to really look, because for the church that I'm at now, for 20 some years, the same leadership had been going. And so that brought forth lots of great fruit and stability. But now that there's a middle time, there's a question to say, what would bring more vitality?
My role here now is as our youth and family ministry director, which right now is a lot of rebuilding. COVID was difficult for our church, and we took a little bit longer than other congregations to come back to worshiping in person, and I think that made it really challenging for bringing and re-engaging some of those families back in. I stayed home for a few years after my son was born, and when we first moved back here, I looked for those community spaces where people were gathering, because I needed community. I wanted to connect with other parents and kids, and so I looked at our space and said, why can't we do that here? We had a space that could be opened up to the community, and we had a really good response. We had some home daycares that came and used that space as their kind of open playtime for their kids. We had some individuals come that were just looking for a place to take their kids during the day, and we're excited to do it again.
And we had 15 total that first time.
That's right.
I think we ran it 6 weeks. We had a lot of different people and some return people, and we think we would like to do it next winter.
Probably earlier.
To build on it. We just wanted them to have a sense of community, not for the purpose of our church necessarily, but for the purpose of finding community in their community.
I just personally have a heart for teaching my kids personally to give back and to learn that life of service and caring for others. And I think there's a lot of opportunities for that when you get to middle school and high school, but it's a little bit harder when you have young kids. And the core group that we had here that we were kind of building from, we had everything from 2-year-old to a middle schooler. And so trying to find things that would involve all of them can be hard, but there's a great organization in Columbus called Seeds of Caring that organizes service projects specifically for kids as a way to engage people that might not have otherwise been engaged with the church, and helping to live out that mission of how do we teach our kids how we serve and how we love and how we care for our community.
MAP stands for Mobility Assistance Program.
It was the brainchild of 2 people in our congregation, and John, who's still leading it, he has some social services background, and so he has forged relationships, so we get referrals. People in the ER, people at rehab centers, the fire department know of us and send people to us, and then when people experience what they need, they kind of spread the word.
It's a program where we loan out mobility equipment, such as wheelchairs, transport chairs, walkers, knee scooters. There's a whole variety of different items of equipment that help people retain their independence, hopefully in their own home, and remain mobile. We operate the program strictly on donations. Last year, 2024, we loaned equipment to 202 different people, and a little over 300 separate items of equipment. Some people need more than one item. This year so far, we're ahead of that pace. We've loaned out about 100, we've loaned equipment to about 120 people and close to 180 items of equipment.
Wife and I were caregivers for my mother-in-law who passed away about 5 years ago. And the program was very helpful to us. And then my wife had Parkinson's, and she passed about a year ago, and I think it was also relied on that program for assistance.
I lost my husband in November. He was a muscular dystrophy, so I became quite exposed and experienced and involved with mobility equipment, from shower chairs to wheelchairs to walkers to whatever else Most of it I had purchased on my own or with help with somebody, but I was able to donate some to the church too. I think from my aspect, knowing that I'm helping somebody else with equipment that was helpful to my husband, so many people feel that they're out there on their own and they really aren't.
We had a saint in our church, Janet Withers, and wonderful, wonderful woman. And I was talking to John about her one day, I guess in choir practice, and he says, he says, she's such an important woman to me. And I said, well, why is she important? And he said, because she showed me how to be a Christian in retirement.
Janet volunteered everywhere. I just felt she was a wonderful example of what you can do after your working years are done. You can keep contributing forever. When you see people in their own homes and their own environments and what they're dealing with, and all you're really doing is taking a little bit of time and dropping off some equipment, but they are so gracious and so full of gratitude that someone did take a few minutes to help them out. I have to admit, that keeps me going.